she's fine.
We are live. It is Sunday, so welcome to Strongman Sunday. Hope you guys are good. Auntie Liz looking lovely. I'm sweaty. Just got back from arm wrestling.
You literally just got back in the door.
Me and Lewis
were
having fun.
We're having way too much fun.
He had a really good session tonight. Anyway,
Good,
no more arm wrestling. How are you guys doing? I hope you're well. Hope you've had a good week. We will dive into some questions, but things are starting to happen. It's been a little bit of a quiet patch, hasn't it?
Yeah, Arnold's to Europe. It's dragged a bit, I think. It felt like on paper it wasn't long until the two, but it's felt quite slow. It's 2 weeks yesterday, isn't it? Europe's Strongest Man. So, but then the ball will really start rolling because then you'll be off to Canada, and before we know it, it'll be World's Strongest Man
is coming round.
And then after that, it's a bit more one after the other. It's like every few weeks we've got a comp. So
just something happening all the time.
Look forward to. Yay! We've had a good weekend. Excellent game of bowling earlier, wasn't it, Lozzie?
Liz won her first ever game of bowling.
First time in my life.
You used to be so bad at bowling.
I know. And today I was just on fire. It was so good.
It wasn't even like you're on fire. It was the first half was kind of like Liz has improved a little bit. And then suddenly it was like you just couldn't miss. Strike again, spare. Oh man, you should have seen me. Yeah. It's because you're an athlete now.
Big celebrations as well. I didn't care. It was full of families, and there's me like, yes.
Liz hasn't mastered the art of just being a good winner.
No, not a good winner. I'm a worse winner than I am loser.
A good sports person.
I'm not a good sports person at all, but never mind.
Never mind. It was fun. Hope you guys are all good and had as much fun as we had this weekend.
Yes. This question here from Craig. Having followed you since day one, I'd like to see a video of all the greatest strongmen never to win World's Strongest Man. My pick, Gerrit Badenhorst, Mateusz as an outsider, Manfred Herbal.
All good picks. We have done a video on this. This is a video we did years ago. We'll have to do maybe an updated version.
Yeah, because when we look back at our old videos, we're like, oh my God.
They were terrible.
They were so bad.
It'd be good to redo some of the good ones, but better.
Yeah. And also updated as well, because, you know,
what would you guys like to see? Because we could do with some ideas, couldn't we?
Yeah, I have a list of ideas. It's just getting round to everything, isn't it? Yeah. Apparently you declared Poundstone at number 1.
I did on that list, yeah. And Poundstone, I think, is a good choice.
Yeah,
definitely. Poundstone, 2 times winner of the Arnolds.
Yes, he was.
One Fortissimus. And obviously second at World's Strongest Man. He was a beast, absolute beast.
Yeah, it was so close in, what was it, 2008?
8. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, it was 8, wasn't it?
When Marius smacked him on the back.
Him on the back when he was lifting the 5th stone. A bit cheeky, wasn't it?
It was.
A bit naughty. Oh dear. Cousin Fred gifting memberships. Thank you very much, Fred. Bless you.
Thank you, Fred. Hope you're doing good.
Is his members comment? Evening all. Sucks about Alexei dropping out of Europe.
Yes. Yeah, Alexei pulled out of Europe this week. We're going to do a news video, aren't we? And got a few things coming up on that. But I'm worried about Alexei. I am, genuinely. Like, I want to see Alexei back in 2020 type of shape. And I don't know that we will.
No, unfortunately.
Just hopefully see him at some point this year in good shape. But yeah, it's hard to imagine him being back to his best.
Yeah, it is at this point. When you think of the sort of tear he was on during like 21, 22 time, he was just winning competition after competition. But the last couple of times we've seen him, he just feels so far away from that right now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And this issue that he's pulled out of has been an ongoing issue.
I think the sport has kind of raised its level as well. Just not like we've not seen the best of Alexei. So don't get me wrong. I think the best of Alexei is competitive, but we've not seen the best of him. And even if he could get to his best, he doesn't necessarily win.
No.
We've got these, so many great strongmen, but I would like to see him in there in the mix.
Yeah. Toby's here. Hello, Toby. No, so he's not injured. He posted on his Instagram that his hemoglobin levels are too low. So he's anemic, basically, but it means he's really struggling to be competitive, like with energy and stuff like that. I suffer with anemia when I'm pregnant, don't I?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do anything other than waddle to the toilet usually. It's a bit different. Did Maxime leak that there is a squat at World's Strongest Man? I don't know. To be honest. Can't really say anything else. According to his Insta, he's still having issues with anemia.
He's anemic.
Yes. Low hemoglobin.
He's anemic.
Yes. I hope everything is good with him.
Toby says, I saw Gav posting that overhead medley training, a late replacement for Alexi, maybe. I think he could be.
Cybernetic Strongman. Have you all seen the Mitch/Martins collab yet? I so wish we could have seen these two compete at their peak. Also, the fact that Mitch learned 2 ways to improve his already massive log press is scary. I haven't watched it. I feel like I've watched it because I read about it on Reddit.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, actually.
I'm lazy. And I'll just scroll in bed.
I'm going over to see Mitch for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. So
for 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting some training in before World's Strongest Man together. But yeah, Martins and Mitch together would have been a good one.
Yeah, it would
and
have been.
Those two at their best in competition, that would have been cool as well to see.
Yeah. Quite similar strengths.
Just no weaknesses, both of them. Really.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Mitch is still learning. Oh boy.
You should always be learning, no matter what level you're at. Always keep trying to improve.
As regards to best not to win, I'd say Poundstone or Jenkins personally.
2 very good choices, definitely.
Mike Jenkins could have won it.
Off the top of your head, give me five names.
5 names. Poundstone, Mateusz, Mike Jenkins, Riku Kiri, and
Badenhorst?
Yeah, Herrick Badenhorst. He was never... Oh, no, Hugo Girard.
He was
so good in one-day competitions, but he's a bit like you. Couldn't pull it together in the same way at Worlds. No offense.
No, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I think a lot of if you're just a hardcore World's Strongest Man fan, as in you just watch World's Strongest Man, you might not know Hugo, but if you're a hardcore strongman fan, you have to know who Hugo is.
I think these people are hardcore strongman fans, to be fair. Yeah. Who would you say? Any you'd add to that list?
I would agree with those guys. I would add Herrick Badenhorst to that list. Yeah. Trying to think off the top of my head. I think you kind of covered the main ones.
I did. I'm very good.
Yeah.
People liking seeing Martins and Mitch together. I heard about this. Is it Mike Tren? What's his actual name? Mike O'Hearn. Yeah. There's also the bit of Mike O'Hearn where he tries to teach Mitch to, apparently he knows how to strengthen his tendons better than Mitch. I read about that as well. Apparently it's a bit...
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to smile politely at people.
Yeah. Was peak Martins in 2021 or 2019? Oh, I'd say 2019 because he was hit by a car during COVID, like in 2020, and he's not quite
when he came back for the Rogue Invitational he won and the Arnolds. He was really good.
He was so that was the end of 21 into the beginning of 22.
But his World's Strongest Man win was very good as well.
And leading into that and the surrounding competitions, I feel he was less injured anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Morning, all from the land down under. Question: is Martins the coolest dude in all of Strongman? Seeing him with Mitch was awesome and glad to see he looks so good.
He is a cool, laid-back dude, isn't he?
Martins is such a unique character in the sport. I feel his personality.
So I think Mitch is as well.
Vibe, I guess.
Yeah, those Mitch two together also, is quite an interesting collaboration.
Yeah, and you can see why they get on well and why they like each other, can't you? Yeah. Martins is I think Strongman...
There's no big ego with Martins, is there?
No. And I think Strongman as a sport is quite conservative, whereas Martins is quite liberal. So he's a bit different, isn't he?
He is very different.
Yeah. I really like Martins, though. He's just a laid-back kind of dude. Evening all, took 3rd place at my Inters comp in Wales today. Ice on the cake was having my trophy handed to me by Donna Moore.
Absolutely well done, Carl. Brilliant. Well done, Carl.
That's nice.
Good performance, buddy. And yeah, always cool to have one of the greatest female strength athletes there.
Yeah, awesome. Martins might be the best global ambassador Strongman could ask for. That's kind of what he's doing with the Strength Unknown series.
Strength Unknown is brilliant.
Taking Strongman to different parts of the world, learning parts of their sports. It's
cool.
It is really cool what he's doing, and he is a great representative of the sport, I think. Jane, hiya. Alexei out of Europe's Strongest Man makes me very sad. Yeah. We're sad too. Yeah. It's we've lost 2 of the Ukrainians.
Well, we were talking about if he was in shape, he's a contender. He's a former winner.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've lost one of the former winners, which is a shame. We've lost 2 Ukrainians out of the competition.
Evening, everyone. Happy Strongman Sunday. Waiting for Big Loz official should be waiting for Liz. I'm always on time.
You were on time today.
I was on time. It was you I was worried about. If Terry Hollands took training, recovering, and competing more seriously, I think he'd have won World's Strongest Man at least one time. Thoughts?
I tend to agree. And I think he would probably agree. I think Terry takes his nutrition and training more seriously now than he did when he was competing. But he was so talented that he still managed to get on the podium at Worlds. But I don't even think Terry would disagree with that.
No, I don't.
It's always hard. You never know. But I'm sure in his head he feels he could have done more. I look back and know I could have done more. I think we can all do that. But he's still
2020.
He was still an amazing strongman.
Yeah. You've always said you think he's
I think Terry is one of the most talented guys I've ever met in the sport. I really do.
So here's an interesting question. With Novikov withdrawing, who do you think is the most deserving athlete to replace him?
This is a good question. This is a very good question.
I would say maybe Adam Mushkowski.
Based on what?
He came second at...
And I'm not saying not to that. I just want to know.
He came second at OSG Europe's. First place, Roman Grekov got opportunities to do a Giants Live. Maybe Adam is next in the pecking order. And it's... oh, well, there is already a Polish athlete there, but it's another international athlete, isn't it?
He's not done a Giants Live either.
No, he's never been invited to one. He did Worlds very last minute as a very late call-up, and he didn't make the finals, but he was very impressive, all things considered. Yeah. He did better than some people that are invited to Europe's.
He's a good shout, definitely.
Oh. Can you think of anyone else?
I mean, there's certainly names out there. You know, there's great athletes from Sweden, Germany, all the kind of European countries that it's not the best system. I've said this before, you know.
No.
And I think the problem is
getting into a qualifier
when it comes to reserves, Giants Live, rather than kind of, it can be a lot of hassle to get someone over last minute in terms of cost, in terms of selling tickets and stuff like that. They tend to just go with something easier that they know, someone they know that will turn up, be good with the athletes, be good with the fans, stuff like that, that acts well in the kind of, you know, environment.
I've always said I would like a better reserve system for Giants Live, you know, like 2 people on standby, right? Could you be ready? Blah, blah, blah. You know,
it's hard to be ready
and not know if you're going to compete. No, I know. Ready is in don't book anything else that weekend.
Sure.
Like if nothing else, because if you're not expecting a late call up, no one's ready, are you? So,
no.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird one.
What on earth is this, Ryan McKenna? My goodness. I was going to do my meme. Why are you gay? No, but I don't mean that is a very rude comment, though.
Very. I'm almost blushing.
Going to Europe's Strongest Man, and then I'm also off to World's Strongest Man. I can't wait. Oh, Matty.
Awesome.
Fun couple of months ahead
Good to
for
see
you.
You both.
Yeah. What? I'm probably going to have to hide this person. There's more. I won't click on it because sometimes people watch this with their children.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Put user in a timeout. There we go.
There we go.
Please do not sexually harass Laurence. Shouldn't have to be said.
Unless it's you.
But I wouldn't hear.
Hopefully not, yeah.
So Liz now can beat Loz at 10K and bowling.
Oh, she can beat me at bowling.
Yes. Almost definitely the 10K also.
We need to start like a series of
challenges.
Yeah, Liz versus Loz.
No.
Who wants to see that?
Still disadvantaged in most things, to be fair.
No, but we'll put it to the people. Who wants to see Liz versus Loz?
People asking if you and Bobby have parted ways.
So Bobby wants to focus on just doing things himself for a little while, which is cool. We had a good chat this week. Me and Bobby are good friends. There's probably some rumors going online, and you know, Bobby just wants to focus on himself, do his own programming, do his own things for a little while, which I totally respect. And we had a good chat the other day, and we are cool. So certainly no issues between me and Bobby at all. But right now, he's doing his own thing.
There you go. JF was one of the best to never win Worlds as well.
Yes, good call.
He did get on the podium one year, didn't he? Was it 2020?
Yeah.
He was third, I think, wasn't he?
He was.
Mitch referred to Marius slapping Poundstone on the back as the worst display of sportsmanship in history.
I disagree.
I think I don't think any malice was genuinely intended with it. I think it was an excitement thing in the moment, and he just lost his mind for a second. I don't think there was any ill intent there. No, I mean, it was stupid, and he probably looked back on it and think,
why did I do that?
Yeah. But
yeah, to
we've
say,
seen worse.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard Mitch say that, but it's not the worst bit of sportsmanship I've seen in history.
Yeah.
You know, it would be a lot worse to was it Tonya Harding who got her leg broken by?
Yeah, to be fair, that's not Strongman though. No.
I said the worst sportsmanship in history. I've seen a lot worse, I think, in other sports.
What happened when he slapped Poundstone on the back? Did he drop it? Was there a penalty for it?
No, basically they were neck and neck, and whoever lifted the last stone was going to be the world's strongest man. Poundstone was so close.
There you go. I'll be Poundstone. We'll reenact it.
He was kind of like there and he just kind of missed the lip.
Come on, we're reenacting it.
And then Marius got his on, and then Marius turns around and was like, yeah, and celebrating like that. So that's what happened. It wasn't kind of so dramatic because literally whoever did that stone was going to be the winner.
Yeah.
It couldn't really affect positions anywhere else. No. It was all about whoever lifted that stone was going to be the champion. But Poundstone was a fraction away from beating him.
He was. Jamie, should fat middle-aged gingers compete in strongman?
Definitely not, Jamie. Jamie is a friend of mine. So
yes. Oh.
You ginger tosser.
What is happening today in the chat? Oh, dear. Right. Cousin Fred, thank you for the super chat. Did you see Paddy and Daisy doing a yoga challenge? You two should try it.
I'm afraid, Cousin Fred.
I know we're not going to try that.
I did Pilates once. Actually, I've done yoga as well. I went to a Pilates class with a bunch of older women.
Why?
Just to try and get more mobile and flexible.
Okay, right.
And they just laughed at me. So I didn't go back.
Oh, that's...
And then I did a one-on-one yoga session.
Yeah.
I found it a bit weird.
Yeah.
Might have been the instructor was a bit weird, but
some of them are weird.
It was just...
Yeah, some of them are weird. I remember back in 2015, when I was last in shape 10 years ago, I did yoga in the mornings before going to work. Yeah, I went through a little spell of it. Don't love it. Yoga's hard.
It is.
It is hard. Don't love it. No, think of something better, please, Fred.
Martins says, Ben Gill, thank you for super chat. Martins, most technical and most intelligent. There we go. He was a great strongman, really thinks about things. And yeah, Martins is awesome.
Yeah. People trying to trick me in the comments.
With what?
I don't know, whatever that means. Thank you for the members comment, Gareth. Which nation has the most strongman world records? Oh.
Which nation has the most strongman world records? Probably Lithuania.
Yeah, because they're probably all
because they all belong to Zadrunas.
Yeah.
After that, maybe the USA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Iceland. Iceland have some good records.
The problem is there's a lot of bullshit records that just belong to certain pieces of equipment. So a promoter will bring out a yoke for the first time ever. The person who went the fastest in that competition, that's the world record holder on that yoke. And then you never see that yoke ever again. So you'll forever be the
I've seen Viking press records and they'll just change the weight by 2 kilos to make it a record.
Yeah, so it's honestly it's almost impossible to track.
For reps I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But even the equipment used, if you did it for max, every bit of kit is going to be different.
Yeah. There's things like the log, the axle, the deadlift, but they're all different countries, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Over. So, but yeah, I would say Lithuania is probably the best bet, to be honest. Someone who's competing in England's Strongest Master, starting their prep.
Good luck, Darren. Manfred was good. My huge muscles.
Oh, I loved him.
I did a Talking Strongman with him. He lives in Dubai now.
Yeah, he does. I always changed a lot.
Looks completely different.
Yeah. very philosophical, wasn't he?
He was.
In his talk with you. He's like a hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Manfred we're talking about. Yeah. What have we got? Brian, thank you for the super chat. Sending my love from Detroit. Thank you very much,
Thank you, Brian.
Very generous, very kind.
Very kind of you. Hugo, the original Canadian I cheered for. Good stuff.
You liked Hugo, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And you like Herrick, didn't you?
Yep.
Oh, yes, of course. How could we forget OD Wilson?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Good shout. OD should definitely be on that list. And he was on our list when we did that video.
He was. Well done, Dave, for keeping us all in check. Yeah, I mean, 19, was it 91?
90.
No, 90. Yeah, of course. It was his. He was so close. Then that bloody brick run. Oh, man. That was a disaster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Poor bloke. Tim, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Loz and Liz, how is both of your training going? Hope everyone's doing well and having a good week. Watching with the wife and baby girl who's sleeping at the moment. Bless. Tim's wife was the one who 2 weeks ago was in labor on the street.
Yeah.
Glad to hear the baby's doing well.
Thank you very much, Tim.
How's your training going, Lozzie?
Good. Someone asked me how many times am I training at the moment. I train every day at the moment.
Yeah,
I do 5 bodybuilding sessions and then arm wrestling sort of stuff in the gym. And I help you in the gym on like a Thursday,
which is a workout in itself.
Yeah, and then I just go to like arm wrestling training on a Sunday. So when I'm at home, I'm sort of training 7 times a week.
Yeah, you are, aren't you? I actually had a good week of training this week.
You had a great week.
Yeah, so it was week 4 of my plan. And anyone who's coached by Loz knows week 4 is usually a tough week in terms of the numbers.
Not always, but sometimes.
Well, for me it is. Any week's a tough week for me. But I recreated my 120 kilo deadlift PB and it moved very, very differently this week. So
posted up. Nice. I posted up, didn't I, for you?
You did. You were like, this should be a main grid post, Lizzie.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, Lozzie, I'm shy. But no, it went really well.
Not that shy though, are you?
No. I pretend to be shy. Are we going to get the full report on Liz's bowling victory? Do you really want it?
Do you want to tell them what you did?
I think I said already I got 2 strikes. My lowest score was 7, which is very good for me. Like there's a time where 7 would be a dream score.
I used to be really good at bowling.
You've gotten so much worse.
I know. I feel like I needed to challenge, but you've suddenly become a challenge. So
I'm the challenge.
Next time we go, like if it was a proper challenge, if we did a video for YouTube, I think I'd lose my game.
I would. I'd lose. I'd go to bits. I would. The pressure would get to me.
You scored like 122 today, something like that.
Yeah, which is really good for me.
Really good.
I've never gone over 100.
Well, for how long have we've been together since 2012.
Yeah.
And I think we've been bowling a lot of times in that amount of time. We go bowling with like athletes, with our family. We've had like, a fair amount of times bowling.
Yeah.
For the first 10 years of a relationship, you would always have the bumpers up. Is that fair?
No.
It's only recently you've started putting the bumpers down.
No.
It's fair.
Come on now, Lars.
No. I'm bigging up you like today. Let me get there. Because, for the more recently you've not had the bumpers up and you'll score like 60 or 70.
Yeah.
But you've never gone over 100, not even been close to 100. So there you get like 122.
I know.
And 2 strikes in a row and a spare.
I know. I could see you were impressed. You were like, damn, girl.
And on the last go, you got to have the extra bowl.
I did.
You got them all down?
I did. It's true.
Yeah.
Loz, would you be on a top 10 list of guys with the most appearances at World
Yes,
Strongman?
I am. Yeah. I am.
You've had 11. Is it 11?
Yes.
If you go onto the Strongman archives,
I can probably tell you,
and go onto the athlete list, you can order people by World's Strongest Man appearances. Who's got the most? Is it Brian? No, it's Mark, isn't
Felix,
it? Yeah. Mark's got the most. Brian's up there. Magnus Samuelson, Terry Hollands, Loz.
JF Karan.
JF, yeah. Just trying to think who else. Loz will tell you now. Ooh. Need a second to think about that one.
What's this one?
7 Brits of 1 Europe's Strongest Man. Can you name them all? You, Luke, Gary Taylor.
Both Lukes. Me, both Lukes.
You, both Lukes. Is Gary Taylor on it?
Yeah.
Jeff Capes.
Did Forbes Cowan win it?
Forbes, I think he did. Do you know what though? There was a very odd time.
I think
when
I think possibly Glenn Ross as well.
Nah.
Anyway, who wants to know the most appearances at World's Strongest Man?
Let us know, Farmers Dave.
Right. Number 1 is Mark Felix.
Yeah.
With 18.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Brian Shaw with 16. Number 3 is Terry Hollands with 15. Number 4 is Adrunas with 14.
I forgot about Adrunas.
Magnus Samuelsson with 13.
Mm-hmm.
JF Caron and myself both with 11. Nick Best with 10. And Hafthor Julius Bjornsson with 9. And then Mariusz Pudzianowski, also 9.
There you go. Jackie Uchevsky in the chat. Happy Sunday. Massive congrats to Jackie Rhodes for winning her pro card at the Olympic City /Pro/Am yesterday and securing the new American deadlift record
well
at
done.
584 pounds. Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome stuff, Jackie. Well done.
There we go.
What was the other thing we were talking about? Europe's.
Yeah. 7 Brits.
What is it?
The mindset. Oi, Fred, that's rude. Liz Boulder at 122, if I remember right around the score of a 10-year-old boy. Well, then Loz scored the score of a 5-year-old girl.
Maybe Fred is a pro bowler.
Maybe. Don't you rain on my parade? I won't allow it.
You did very well, dear.
I know I did. Screw you, Fred. Would have loved to see JF win a World's Strongest Man.
Right. Do you want to know UK winners?
Yeah, go on then.
Jeff Capes.
Yeah, got that right. Both Lukes.
Jamie Reeves.
Oh, Jamie. We missed off Jamie.
Gary Taylor and Forbes Cowan.
Yeah, we got the others. It was Jamie we forgot. Luke, and you.
And then you had to go a long time. Then it was me. And then Luke Richardson, then Luke Stoltman, and Luke Stoltman currently.
Yeah.
We did good.
We did good.
Yes to Liz versus Loz.
Liz versus Loz. Let's go.
Now we just need some challenges.
We don't need punishments.
We need punishments.
No, I think failing is punishment enough.
Humiliation of losing in front of everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Pride is on the line. Any ideas what Athor is up to these days?
Athor had a baby, and I believe he's back training.
Yeah, he was giving it up, wasn't he? Decided to retire from Strongman.
I think he's back training though. So we may see him back in some competition soon.
Yeah, I think though, the way things are right now, he's going to have to do some sort of qualifier. You know, maybe OSG or something if he wants to get back to competitions. But maybe, who knows? He could do the Magnus Classic.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe something like that.
Yeah, be a good one back in. Loved Mitch's trip to Texas with Jan Todd when she told him I was strong, Mitch. I think she'd done a 1,000-pound rack pull years ago. Strong lady.
That's crazy strong.
Yeah, I saw someone like not even questioning it, like outraged that no one else was questioning it. And I even commented. I said the only thing that would surprise me more than Jan doing that is Jan lying about doing it. I've never, she has all the integrity in the world. If Jan says she did it, I believe it. There's even a picture of her doing it.
Yeah.
Come on. She's got some massive bloody hands as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she was very strong.
Yeah, and she was the first woman to lift the Dinnie Stones.
Yeah. I think as well, when you're talking to some of the elder legends, I've had conversations with Bill, Jeff Capes.
Wait a second, because I know what you're going to say. I have sat through some chats from older legends, and I know when they're talking shit.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, it's not really for us to call them out either.
No.
But I'm not. Look, there's a big difference between deadlifting 1,000 pounds and a rack pull.
Yeah,
you know, women's grip tends to be pretty strong, so they've got the supportive structure to hold it. If it's just a very short range of motion, now pulling it from the floor completely different. Even pulling it from 18 inches is totally different. But just out of a rack, just kind of holding it, I believe she could.
I believe she could.
She's strong as.
Rebecca Roberts has lifted the Thomas Inch dumbbell,
which is insane because Mitch Hooper can't lift that.
Exactly. Yeah. So women can do things in grip that people wouldn't believe, I guess. If both of you got to invite 6 strong men throughout history to a dinner party at your home, who would it be? Jean-Paul Sigmarsson would be the first.
That would definitely have to be on the list. Yeah,
he would be top of my list.
Do you know who I'd invite? What's his name? The first winner, Bruce Wilhelm. He's
Bruce
cool.
Wilhelm is hilarious.
Yeah, I would invite Bruce.
Yeah, I'd invite Bruce also. Who else? Like, we've met.
It's a bit weird though with like the newer guys because most of them are just friends of ours.
Yeah,
so it's not quite the same.
Invite them
I'd probably go for more of the older guys.
Yeah. So we've got two. We've got Bruce and Jean-Paul. OD. Let's invite OD.
OD definitely.
Yeah. Who else? I don't know, man. Maybe bring Hippie Manfred.
He never won, did he?
He didn't win, but it doesn't say winners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Manfred would be interesting.
He would be interesting. Pick two more, Lozzo.
Trying to think of some interesting ones.
I know. Who the
Nathan Jones.
Oh no.
Just to stir the pot a
dinner. Did he go to prison for both? Oh, I'm saying that. Some of them go to prison. Some of my best friends. Some of my friends.
We could do a video on that.
No, we shouldn't. Definitely not. No.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Martins. We'll invite Martins. Yeah. There you go. Christ, why are we being questioned so much?
What about?
Can you name all of the countries that have won a World's Strongest Man?
Probably.
Definitely. America,
UK.
Well, class UK is
Iceland.
Lithuania.
Wait. Iceland. Let's try and do it in order.
So it was
Netherlands.
Yeah. Poland.
Wait. Netherlands, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Poland, Lithuania, Ukraine,
Canada. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. There you go. It's not that many.
No.
I see Mikhail Shivlikov is in the lineup for the Siberian Power Show this year. I believe this is his first contest.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of shape he's in. I mean, Mikhail was awesome, but he
became so injury prone.
Yeah. He was such a warrior. He would just keep going and going and going.
With his legs hanging off.
Absolutely love that guy. But I don't know what kind of shape he's going to be in. I hope he's in good shape. But he's mid-40s now?
Well, it was 2021 was the last time
he had so many injuries. It's going to be tough.
It is going to be tough. Yeah, definitely.
Do you think Tom will win a different major to World's Strongest Man before he retires? I think he's definitely capable of. Like, you got to remember, he's been on the podium at Arnold's. He's been second at Rogue Invitational. So he's good enough. He's just putting it with Tom. It's his headspace. Whatever headspace Tom's in, if he believes in it and he's focused, he can be amazing. We know how strong the sport is at the moment. We know how much competition there is, but Tom is still a major threat.
Yeah.
And young. He's still one of the younger guys out there.
Yeah. What is he, 30 now? 30? Yeah. Would fans get the chance to meet you out at Sacramento? It would be an absolute honor.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes, of course we can.
Yeah. We won't be we'll be accessible, won't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And we'll be there for the whole shindig.
Shebang.
So, yeah, that's it. That's what I wanted. Apprentice Alex, any chance of you doing an IFSA split deep dive?
Keep talking about it.
I know, and I've had the script for it for years. It's just I haven't had the opportunity to do it the way that I want to do it.
You want to do it a certain way, don't you?
I do, because I want to talk to the people that are involved. And there's some very interesting people that are still involved in the sport today that were very much part of it back then, but it's still a bit of a sore subject for some people, isn't it? And conflicting statements as well. So it becomes a little bit, I want to do it like Netflix style. Maybe I'll hand it to Netflix, sell them the script. There you go. But we will definitely do it at some point. Any update on Kaz's health?
No, I haven't seen anything. Have you?
No.
Hopefully find something out pretty soon.
Yeah. How do you think Mark Henry would have done at World's Strongest Man if WWE weren't such cowards?
Tough to say. Back in the day, like I think Arnold certainly would have suited him more. I mean, he won the first Arnold's competition. I think back then he may have struggled a bit more with Worlds because it wasn't quite so heavy. It was a bit more athletic. I think as it got heavier, actually would have been better for Mark Henry. But unfortunately, we only ever got to see Mark do the Arnolds. One thing is for sure, Mark was a strong man. Just ridiculous strength, just natural strength. And he's a cool guy as well. I like Mark a lot. But it's so hard to say just based on, you know, his... I guess the time frame that he was in the sport and him as an athlete. You know, strongman back then at World's Strongest Man was a little bit different to how it is now. Whereas the Arnold was the heavy competition. Now a lot of the comps are quite heavy.
Yeah. Rebecca Roberts in the house. No one change it. Do you think the different time zones and climates affect athletes? Bar Mitch. Also, has Big Tom now peaked and injuries like Jeff Capes said have taken over?
Not necessarily. I don't think the time difference really affects anyone too much, as long as they're... Like, one thing I will say, like if I'm coaching someone, I tell them not to try and obsess about training at a certain time. It's quite good to be able to train at any time of the day. But most of the time, you'll get a couple of days that you can get used to time. Time zones never bothered me.
No.
Like climate can bother you more. Altitude certainly can bother you, but time zone was never really an issue.
No.
I've never heard an athlete complaining about time zones.
No.
If they were, I'd say they're mentally weak.
Obviously, we're talking more about jet lag than time zone, aren't we? Yeah.
Jet lag is a real thing, but even then, you kind of get yourself fired up.
Yeah,
Like
I think jet lag affects you
more. Jet lag affects you more when you just sat around doing nothing.
Yeah, or coming home.
Yeah, but again, doing nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're sat on the sofa, suddenly you just like energy level drops.
Yeah, not when you're fired up to compete. Yeah. Travis is proud of me. Thank you, Travis.
Liz's bowling victory will be mentioned as often as Loz winning Europe's Strongest Man. Thank you for that, Jane. You've got to hold on to some things. I'm just a YouTuber now, according to some people. So.
According to Google. James saying that he's just joined Team Loz at week 1 tomorrow, but now I'm wondering if I should be scared about week 4. Don't worry, I think
you'll be fine.
My week 4.
Liz just whinging.
I do whinge a lot. Don't let me put you off.
One thing about Liz, she'll whinge and whinge and whinge, but she still does it. So
I do it.
She still works hard.
Sometimes I whinge while doing it.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
Hey, Daniel, hope you're well, buddy.
How's your recovery from table sessions?
Not too bad. I trained tonight and now I feel okay. I was a bit sore during training, but I tend to recover a lot quicker now than I used to. When you first start arm wrestling, it's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, you used to get really sore elbow, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't feel too bad now.
Yeah.
It's affecting me less and less in my normal training as well.
Yeah. Ben Gill, thank you. Thoughts on Martine Santa Monica Strongman competition?
I am looking forward to it. I've seen this week Martine started posting about it. I think Janasha's doing it, which is cool to see.
Yeah, Janasha's living in New York now.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He put on Facebook that he's moved to New York.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully his English has got better.
Yeah. He'd be all right.
Yeah, he'd be fine. His English isn't bad, but he was always scared to do an interview.
He was, yeah.
He's like, I like Janasha. You talk to him and it's fine.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my English not so good for interview.
No. And the New York, it's one of those multicultural melting pots, isn't it? I'm sure it'd be absolutely fine there. Yeah. Rob with the members comment, Gav training Europe's events replacing Alexei. That's the assumption that we're all going with.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been announced, but it looks like it with what he's doing with training.
Yeah. Andre Foytu looking in diabolical shape.
He's looking really strong in his training. I watched some of his training this week. He's looking super strong. So it's going to be interesting to see how good he is at Europe's.
And no, Craig, it was a completely dry deadlift. Thank you very much.
Yes. PB'd everywhere.
PB'd all of my muscle. Oh, God, stop. Sorry, I'm telling myself to stop. No eating challenges, please. No, I think eating videos are disgusting, to be honest. I hate watching people eat. I hate.
We did an eating challenge once with each other.
This was pre-YouTube.
Yes, I know. It was just a personal challenge. Yeah. Liz can eat.
I can eat. Yeah, I can really eat. Yeah. Dalton, thank you for the super chat. You want a real bowling challenge? Play bowling golf. Put the bumpers up and go for the lowest score. It's harder than you think.
Do like doing sometimes is, sometimes you go and sometimes they will record the speed of the ball thrown.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes I just try and see how fast I can throw a ball.
Yeah.
I tend to be better when I go with power over accuracy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have to just go back to that tactic.
My throws are far less powerful.
But your direction is better.
Yeah, my direction is better now. Kerry getting in the cold tub was fantastic. Could cold tub be a punishment for Liz?
Oh, Liz would hate the cold tub. I've tried to get you in there before.
I did go in a cold tub in Estonia.
You kind of went to
I went there, up to there. Very briefly.
We need to get you in.
But I did go in it. Ivers was threatening to throw me into the sea in Iceland. What the hell did I ever do to you? Prick. Cousin Fred, thank you so much for the super chat. Challenge. Loz picks an event and then Liz each will pick something they excel at. Of course, weights depending on body weight. It could be like 50% of your body weight, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So that it's fair. Thankfully, I'm quite light right now.
Last time you were super light, I was 3 times your body weight.
You were 3 times my body weight.
But I think we're getting close to, I'm only going to be 2 times your body weight if I hit my goal by the summer.
Yeah, if you hit your goal, you'll be exactly twice my body weight. Right now, you're a bit over that.
I'm 128 at the moment kilos. My goal is 120, and you're about 60.
I'm 60, yeah.
Whereas back then I was 170,
and I was 54. Yeah. Dr. Todd could tell me the sun is blue, and I would believe her. Same. That's what gym movement should someone do more? Front squat, hammer curls, cleans, etc. Strongmen. What should strongmen do more of in the gym?
Strongman specific, this is.
Yeah.
Cleans and definitely front squats over hammer curls. Hammer curls are really not that important for strongman. Cleans can be beneficial, but front squats are an awesome exercise if you can do them. The only issue with front squats is holding the rack position. So I did a lot of front squats in my career until the point of my legs were fine, but I couldn't hold the bar in position.
Yeah.
So then I switched more to a safety bar, which I found was really good for strongman as well. Back squats are good as well, but sometimes back squats aggravate shoulders and elbows. I found the safety bar allowed the shoulders and elbows much more relief, so you can focus hard on your pressing. Plus, the safety bar is really good for core strength, and it carries over well to a lot of events. But front squats are an amazing exercise. Cleans are very beneficial. Hammer curls, absolutely bottom of the food chain when it comes into importance for a strongman.
To be fair, though, Martin's never competed under the Latvia flag at World's Strongest Man.
He
did it under USA. Yeah.
Let's not try those.
Don't try. You're not clever. Trying to trick us.
You forgot New Zealand, Matt. Let's go.
I think we're talking to someone else in the comments. We didn't forget Ukraine. No, we said Ukraine.
Yeah, I said Ukraine, Vasil.
And also Alexei,
and
then Canada, wasn't it?
Yep.
When strongmen haven't made a long-lasting career from the sport, do you know what any of them have gone on to do?
Some of them have gone into acting. Some of them just stay with their normal jobs. Go back
to their normal lives, yeah. Some of them never give up their jobs anyway, do they? And they work alongside their strongman.
When you're going back older generation, very few of them have been able to kind of stay within the sport and make a living. Most of them were working. Even now, if you look at the 25 athletes that will be at World's Strongest Man, very few of them you could say are honestly a pro strongman.
When we're going back to, sorry?
No, even now. The 25 that go to Worlds this year.
Yeah, most of them will have jobs.
How many of them will say they're just a pro strongman?
No, very few. Yeah, doing nothing but being a strongman. Most of them do coaching, work in a gym, own a gym, that sort of thing. So it's all within the industry, isn't it? Or
have created like a brand through the industry.
Yeah, absolutely. But very few.
There's a lot that still work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The beard on Hooper is a stark contrast to the smooth-faced Hooper, reminiscent of younger Loz versus the bearded Loz before us.
Mitch looks so much better with that beard.
He does.
I think he looks good.
I think most strong men look better with a beard, to be fair. When you get big enough that you got the old...
Your fat face gets bigger.
Yeah.
You lose your neck. It just kind of helps.
I would invite Magnus Samuelsson to dinner. Yeah, I probably would
Good
as well.
choice.
I'm excited to see him.
Yeah.
How much is age a factor in strongman? I mean, is Thor too old to deadlift over 500 kilos again and win major shows as well?
No, he's not. But age is a factor, as it is in all sports. Eventually, age catches up with you. But you tend to find there's sort of a balancing act. When you're younger, you can be a lot more athletic, a lot more explosive. As you get older, you can still be very strong. So like late 30s, early 40s, you can still be super strong, but you lose a bit of that athleticism. So it's trying to find the combination of both, which is really key to being a top strongman. But Thor is still young enough to do some special things.
I can't put that on the screen. Hold on, let's do the one above. World's strongest blacksmith. Thank you for the super chat. What would your top current 3 powerlifter transfers to strongman be?
Oh, don't know. I haven't been paying the total huge amount of interest.
They're talking about people, yeah, not like training or anything.
Yeah, well, powerlifting 3 lifts. There's some good powerlifters out there. Some really good powerlifters.
I don't even know who's good. I don't follow powerlifting.
Sir Dave, who just tore his bicep.
Oh yeah,
he impresses me.
Who's that guy you were showing me videos of? Oh no, you said he doesn't compete. That Russian guy.
Yeah, Smolov. He's ridiculously strong. There's some freaks out there. They're just super strong.
Who was the guy who was trying to break the bench press world record? And
Julius Maddox.
The bar?
Julius Maddox.
Wouldn't transfer.
I wouldn't say he'd be that good at strongman. Incredible bench press, obviously.
John Hack did very well.
John Hack was good.
Yeah.
I think John, if he focused on strongman, could be really good. Especially in the weight classes.
Yeah. Right.
Hard to say. If I'm honest, I've not followed a lot of the top powerlifters recently. So I wouldn't be able to give a great answer.
No. Look at this name. I won't read it out. But thank you for the super chat. Do you think Bitsy could have gotten a 500 kilo deadlift if he actively pursued it when he was at his prime? Also, ain't my account name just simply amazing?
Your account name is spot on.
I'd be really upset if someone made an account name like that about me. Go on.
Do I think Big Z could have gotten a 500 kilo deadlift in his... Big Z could have done whatever he put his mind to. He was an absolute beast.
And his body.
Yeah. Such a hard question to say because he never needed to push to that limit. No. But he did do some incredible things. And there was times you see with Zadrunas, you just like, there's no way he can do it. And he came and did it. So. And
he broke the deadlift world record at times,
he did,
didn't he?
Yeah. Zadrunas, he wasn't naturally an explosive deadlift. He was much slower, just granite type lifter. So it's hard to really kind of pull as bigger numbers as the more explosive type lifters, but still, Zadrunas was a beast. So never say never.
Barry obviously wanting a war. Dinner, Eddie, Thor, Kaz, Rauno, Mitch, and Pa. Loz can referee.
Lock him in a cage and leave him.
Oh God. Well, Strongest Man hype is starting to build. I really hope they start hyping their own show. Last year's build-up was abysmal. It was non-existent.
Yeah, let's hope it's better than last year. Because the year before, they were quite proactive with it,
a couple of years before, it was really sort of building momentum, it felt. And then last year, just there was nothing. It was so hard to get any information, wasn't it? And yeah, it just becomes boring, doesn't it?
Ashley Hooper.
Late to the live today. Walking toddler, keeping me busy. Can't wait to see you soon.
See you soon, Ash.
Well, you'll see him soon.
They'll see you in May.
Yeah. Would either of you ever compete in the WWE? Especially with Liz's gains of late. God, no. No.
I would have loved to have been in the WWE as a younger man, but you don't compete in the WWE.
No.
You work for the WWE.
You act in the WWE, don't you?
Yeah.
You
but I would have loved to
perform in the WWE.
I used to, when I was younger, I used to love watching wrestling. And yeah, we could go and you could be my manager.
I could be your manager.
Yeah, like my valet, as they call them. Distract the opponents while I get a chair and hit them.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Andre Foytu could go for the log world record in the future.
Absolutely. He's already kind of smashing some huge numbers.
Looking at the lineup for England's Strongest Man, would Loz agree that the show has acquired more prominence and legitimacy recently?
Yeah, definitely. And obviously we've got the England's qualifier happening in April.
Yeah.
There are 80 athletes competing in that. Only 6 of those will qualify to go to England's. And there's some really good guys in that. So
is there no cap on the amount of people that can do the qualifier then?
They didn't put a cap on it.
I think they need to.
I agree. I think
maybe like an online qualifier before.
Personally, I think there needs to be. You shouldn't just let anyone enter that competition. I think you need the better guys, because there are guys that are very good, and there's going to be guys that probably I actually think they should have a couple of events, maybe a deadlift and a pressing event, and if you zero that, you're out.
Yeah.
Just to eliminate the weaker athletes.
Yeah.
And it gives you the chance then, if you feel you're strong enough to do that, then you can. But if you kind of think, if you're one of those people that enter 6 months out thinking, I'll be hitting that by the comp, and then suddenly you're not.
Yeah. I'm sure plenty will drop out between now and then anyway.
They will do. Yeah. Because there are some seriously strong guys doing it.
And obviously the main difference now being that athletes have to qualify for Britain's Strongest Man, whereas before it was more of an invitational basis, wasn't it? So,
well, you look at the lineup already for England's, there's some good guys doing it.
There are, yeah. Like former Britain's Strongest Man, Graham Hicks is doing it. Yep. So Kane Francis and Shane Flowers, I'm guessing. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure they just put a post up with like Paul Smith's doing it.
He's not going to Malaysia this time. Sorry, Paul. Do you think Strongman would benefit from a weight class between 105 and open?
Well, there's 120 now that seems. I've seen some comps in America where they're going to do 125, and 120s become popular in places. There's under 120 kilo UK Britain's Strongest Man. But I'm not sure that we need it. If I'm totally honest, I think it's another class. I know I'm getting close to that weight and I could compete in it, but it's like, for me, it's me stepping backwards doing that. It's not stepping forwards. And I think if you're 120 kilos, you can be.
May as well put on another 10 kilos.
Yeah.
Go with the big boys.
If you're naturally small, go down to the under 105s. If you're naturally bigger, go up and compete with the big boys and just be the best. I'll just quickly tell you the lineup so far. Graham Hicks.
This is the England's.
Luke Richardson, Paddy Haynes, Shane Flowers, Andrew Flynn, and Ben Glasscock and Paul Smith. Plus, there's going to be 6, I think, that will qualify from the qualifier.
Wow.
So it's going to be a good lineup.
Now that it's been 40 years, can Loz identify the driving force behind not inviting Kazma to World Strongest Man 1983? Was it Mr. Frank, Dougie Edmonds?
I don't know is the answer. All I know is, like, as collectively, IMG didn't want him back.
Yeah. I think he pissed people off.
I think he was hard to work with.
Yeah.
And I think they wanted competitiveness within the sport or within the show, let's say. But I don't know the ins and outs of who or what or anything like that.
No, and you ask different people, you'll hear different versions as well. So it's an educated guess, isn't it? Yeah. It's an example. Evan, 3rd at World Strongest Man, still working 3 jobs. Yeah.
Someone says, we hope we see Hicksy competing Strongman again in 2025. As I just mentioned, he's going to be competing at England's Strongest Man.
Yeah. This is bulging. Oh, no, don't say it. Oh, God. Loz, whatever happened to
Matthews
Belsack? He was doing so well from roughly 2015 to 18. Then he disappeared per se from competition. Also, when is the Siberian Power Show?
Mateusz Belsack had a hip issue and eventually had to retire from Strongman, but he was awesome. Yeah. He was really, really good. And we have seen him a couple of times since we saw him at Raunos, didn't we?
Yeah, and he's done like he did. What did he do?
He did
Siberia's
not Siberia.
Not Siberia. Serbia. Where's he from?
No, not Serbia.
Where's he from?
Yeah, he did his nation's Strongest Man, and he does sort of local comps, but he said he's done with competing like at international level. He does a little bit of arm wrestling actually. He just trains. He's a good guy, but I don't think we'll see him back at the pro level.
No. Any news about your coaching app, Lazo?
Oh, sorry. And also, when is the Siberian Power Show?
It's on the 20th of April.
Yeah, a few weeks after Europe's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
We are working on the app tomorrow. I'm trying to get it done as quick as possible. We're just so busy. And because we're doing everything ourselves, it's taking longer. A lot of people that have apps just employ companies that bang out apps for everyone. We're doing everything ourselves. And I'm not the most technical person in the world. And we're busy. But I am trying to get it done. I promise you guys.
Congratulations on 159,000 subscribers. Thank you, Paris.
Thank you very much.
Very, very nice. Ooh, 160 will be a nice round number, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Yes, 1 million would be a nicer round number. But there we go.
That would be amazing.
I could get my gold plaque.
Yeah.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
We're a long way away from that.
Wow.
Bilton next comp is Europe's strongest man, not Serbia's.
Siberian.
I was getting those two mixed up.
Is there a conspiracy theory that Loz is utterly convinced is true? You're not much of a conspiracy theorist,
I'm not really a conspiracy theorist person, no.
You believe in science, and I don't know if we're talking specifically about strongman, but you're not one for that, are you?
No.
Rauno has come up with a few corkers. I'm sat there like, is he drunk? Am I drunk? What's happening here? That's why we love him.
The best advice I can give someone is don't take your news from social media. Yeah.
Not from TikTok.
Yeah.
Could you do a list of smartest strongmen? People like Brian Martins.
Here's the thing for you, right? There is a difference between being smart for strongman and being book smart. There's some incredibly intelligent people that have zero common sense or smarts when it comes to the gym. I actually train a guy, and I'm not going to mention him, and I think he's amazing.
Slovenia, he's from.
Yeah. He's a teacher. But when it comes to the gym, he's stupid. And it's me being a bit harsh there, but it's almost like overthinking.
I'm more stupid in the gym than I am out of the gym.
But like, there's some very clever people, but when it comes to training or to strongman, it's completely out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
And the other way, you can have people that are very, very smart in terms of strongman or training, but not so smart in different ways. So being smart is a very broad spectrum. It's not like...
These are all very smart strongmen. I would add Alexei to that list. And Alexei is also highly intelligent outside.
I put Magnus van Magnussen into that list.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots. How many world records have you broken throughout your entire career? And what is your most memorable one out of them?
I don't know is the answer. I broke quite a few records, but records weren't as popular as they are now. And it's probably why I'm not against records, but a lot of records are bullshit records. And some of the records I broke were bullshit records. I remember I've been at different promotions and they'll announce something as a world record. I've broken probably 15 world records on the yoke alone. And there's performances that I'm really proud of because of who I was up against and what I did. And there's other ones I'm just like, it doesn't really mean much to me. It wasn't, just because they've changed the weight of it and called it a world record. Like a couple that really stand out to me, my car walk record, I was very proud of. The yoke record that I did at WUS, not necessarily because it was a record, but because of the opposition I was against and how much I beat people by. So that to me was more important because I was up against the very best in the world. And I got praise from the very best guys in the world. Like Zadrunas came up to me afterwards. He was like, that was incredible. Kidishkovsky came up to me and told, when those type of people tell you something's good, that means a lot to me. Just breaking a record that someone's made as a record,
it
doesn't mean a lot to me. And there are a lot of records like that. So I might seem like a grumpy old man when it comes to some of these records that are out there, but some of them are bullshit. Certain records very impressive. Like I was proud of myself for breaking the axle record, even though it didn't last very long. But I did have the British record on the axle and the log for a long period of time, and I was proud of that because I wasn't naturally a good presser. A couple of other records, there's a couple of other records that I'm proud of as well. I've broken a few grip records. I have a farmer's walk record that I did on Guinness World Records, which is pretty cool, and a lot of people have tried to break it since. But a lot of records are rubbish. I'm more proud of the wins that I've had than the records.
Someone's saying here, will you be charging the Eddie Hall price for your app? We have no idea.
I don't know what Eddie charges, if I'm honest.
Like before it goes live, I would like to say that the price is very reflective of the hard work that's gone into it. And and I want to put a disclaimer because I don't know about Eddie's app. I don't know what he uses, but we know there is a company that takes 50% of any money you make on one of these coaching apps because they basically do all the work.
Not even just coaching apps, coaches.
Yeah, they take 50% of, yeah. So, and it's a very popular service that a lot of coaches use. And this company will take 50%. So obviously the price is hiked massively as a result of that. We don't have any of that to worry about. So I think, I don't know what people charge. We're going to have to look because you need to be, competitive, I guess. But
I genuinely, I don't worry what other people are doing. I just try and put out a good service. That's what I try and do with everything that I do. And I'm always trying to improve things as well. There's certain things that I'm looking to change, even with my coaching, because I want to try and make sure it's as
streamlined and
just as not streamlined, but just professional, and you getting the most out of it as a client.
Yeah. Did Liz and Loz get that nice giant slide diagram showing all of the British elite strongmen that Terry has framed in his flat?
Did indeed. I got it.
Do you want me to get it?
Yeah, go get it. Okay. It arrived this week for me, and I actually put a little picture up on Instagram. But yeah, very nice of Giants Live to send that out. Liz is gone to get it. You know where it is? We've got a good spot for it in the kitchen. We haven't put it up.
There's a good spot in the kitchen.
So we had a huge kind of double freezer, and it broke, and we've bought a single one. So we've moved where the fridge goes, and now there's a big area that when Liz decorated the kitchen, she didn't actually paint the wall behind the fridge. So this is going to cover that up for us.
This is going to cover up the fact that there's...
Where am I? I'm down here somewhere.
There you are.
Two-time winner of Britain's Strongest Man.
How nice. There we are.
Thank you for that. Like a glamorous assistant there.
Yes. I'm your Debbie McGee.
Yes.
Funny.
Oh
dear.
What
fun we all have. You're going the wrong way.
I know. I'm just seeing what Fred said.
Nonsense.
3,500 subscribers. This should be. Oh, thank you very much, Fred. I don't know that we deserve 10 million, but I am. The more the merrier. Anyone wants to come and subscribe to us is always good.
Where are we? Let's be honest. No matter who wins, Kyriakos Grizzly is eternally the Welsh.
Always. Nick Best thinks Magnus Ver is the smartest strongman. He certainly was very smart.
Yeah.
As a strongman.
Yeah, I'm 60. You taught me how to squat nearly. I'm teaching Rebecca in that video. I'm going to.
I want to do some more. We're going to have more training videos coming out. With the training channel is actually ready, and I've uploaded loads of videos on that will be on the app. But I'm also going to do just training sessions and a lot more of the coaching stuff, because I get asked questions all the time. They think, "Oh, that's a really good idea," but I don't want to post it on this channel because it's probably not going to be a big video. And the problem with putting videos like that on here, it just kills the algorithm for the channel. So the coaching channel is going to be more just coaching based. Don't care about it making money or kind of the views that it gets, but just to try and give people good information.
Yeah. Most coaching apps are the exact same platform. Yeah, that's the platform I'm talking about, where you click on it. There's a little quiz. What are your goals? And it is the same. Yeah.
Literally, like there's...
The guy approached you, didn't he?
Yeah, they approached me about it. And literally, so you come to me as a client and you say, I want to train 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever it is. There's a button you press. Okay, you want to do this. You want to do a diet. How many meals a day do you want to eat? You press a button and then it's done.
Yeah.
And it's just...
And
I didn't want to do that.
Basically do is just upload your branding into it, so it looks unique to you.
And you always know, because every single one of the sites is the same in terms of the process that it goes through.
Dinny Stone record, Lazo.
Dinny Stone record.
That should be one you're very proud of.
I am.
Especially considering you're the first person who did the full distance of the bridge.
It was pretty good.
That's a big feat.
I'm thinking next year I try it again. I'm not going to try it this year because this year I'm trying to just lose weight and not really focused on any strength gains or strength goals. But maybe next year we go.
Yeah. Maybe I should try and pick up the nickel stones next year.
Yes.
Do you think I could?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe. They're not too bad.
Yeah. Liz Shredded, are you going to do a bikini comp? No. I'm not even shredded. I've been in a calorie surplus. I'm bulking. Believe it or not. My goals are to be a specimen.
I can't believe you said it. You told me last night.
I did.
We were sat on the sofa, and Liz turned around and she goes, I know what my goal is now for training. I was like, all right. She goes, I want to be a specimen.
I do. I just want to be a specimen.
I said, has no one called you a specimen yet?
Only
no.
you.
No, I called it yesterday just to keep you happy.
Oh, yeah. After I'd already said that. So it doesn't even count.
So if anyone calls Liz a specimen, she'll be happy.
Organically. Like, not these people that have listened. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's my only goal, is just to be a specimen, yeah.
I did, but he's a friend of mine, so it's okay.
Only in the gym as well. Just got here, looks like Liz had sun's out, guns out.
The closer you are to me, the more mean I am, aren't I?
Who, you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're more mean than me.
I am. Yeah. I don't want to be a large strongman. Let's say I would like to get Liz equivalent results. Do I need to work over 40% effort level?
100% you do. Yes. Liz works damn hard.
Sorry, Michael, yeah.
You don't want to be a large strongman. Comes down to, firstly, genetics. Secondly, how much you eat. You can't get massive accidentally. It just doesn't happen. So you still need to work hard to get in good shape and get stronger and be a good athlete.
Yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, it does require more than 40%. It's a shame. Otherwise, that's all I'd be putting in as well.
If you could meet anyone in the world, who would it be?
I don't know. It's just such a deep question that I wouldn't want to waste it on like, you know, just some celebrity.
It's such a weird thing. Like
I don't really hold many people in high regard.
We don't put anyone on a pedestal, do we?
No.
Like, I'd rather spend time with the people I know and like.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to meet people if it's just naturally and like an organic way.
Yeah.
But I'm not really one for a forced meeting.
No, I'd rather have my dad back for a day than anyone, you know. I don't really care about meeting anyone.
Definitely.
Screw those people. Which country would you pick to host World's Strongest Man?
UK. I know that sounds boring, but it would be good.
I would want to stay in the USA, but I want to go to Hawaii. Yeah.
Good choice as well.
Yeah. Also open to the Bahamas, Maldives, Barbados. Anywhere like that would be lovely.
I love this one.
What's that?
Des Player.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for the super chat.
Hey, Loz, I'm 38, a bit fat, but you and your videos have inspired me to start lifting again. It's been nearly 15 years. I'm very glad they've inspired you. I don't mean to laugh because it's just the way you said a bit fat. I remember when I was in Iran.
Yeah.
And these like guys were coming up, obviously impressed with my strength and stuff. And this guy came up to me, goes, "Oh, you have great physique, good shoulders, good arms." And then he touched my belly. He goes, "Here, little bit too much."
Rano was saying that something very similar happened to him in the Middle East. I think it's just a cultural thing, isn't it? They're just very.
It just made me laugh because he was so complimentary, but it's when he just taps my stomach. A little bit too much.
So funny.
He gave and then he took away straight away. It was like being with you.
Yeah. Compliment sandwich, whatever we call it. Daft Biker, thank you for the super chat. First comp in Leeds today. Jumped in at intermediate. Your video on the first pre-comp prep and feelings was spot on. Thanks, both.
Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. Yes. And well done at your comp.
Dinny record, axle record, deadlift record, and yoke at worst. All excellent. That's nice.
Thank you very much.
Liz, while you're in Canada, get Kyriakos to train Liz in person. What? Isn't he in Greece?
He is.
I don't want him visiting me without adult supervision. Yeah. No. We'd need an interpreter as well, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
No, not bodybuilding, guys.
Just training to be a specimen.
Liz is a genetic freak. Yikes.
She is a bit of a freak. Not in terms of strength, but just in terms of getting in shape.
Strength. People have asked me if I'm on gear. It's like, get a grip, people. Like the amount of times you've always been so clear about the fact that if someone wants to go on it, they need to push as far as they can with where their natural abilities will take them, if that's in terms of strength or getting in shape or whatever. And I've got absolutely no reason to go on it. None at all. And I know me, I would be covered in acne. I'd grow a beard. I would. Everything that could go wrong would go wrong for me.
There's no reason for you to use gear.
And I just know what would happen with me.
Stupid.
I know what would happen.
Liz just wants to look better.
Yeah.
That's literally your training goal.
Yeah.
So using gear is kind of pointless for your goals.
Yeah.
You're never trying to become a pro strongwoman or anything like that.
God, no, I can't. I'm not strong. And that's fine. I don't need to be.
And you don't want to be. Like,
no.
not you want to be stronger. I know that, but you don't want to be.
For me.
Yeah, you don't want to be competing at the Arnold strongwoman.
God, no. Can you imagine? No. I'm little.
You mean I can't get results with 5% effort? Damn it.
Oh, Alejandro, thank you for the super chat. I agree with Fred. You'll deserve millions of subs.
Thank you very much.
Not these cheesy fitness YouTubers that got it from drama. Also, Matt
Wenning and Dave Tate. They're good channels as well. Yeah, they're good guys.
Unfortunately,
YouTube's a weird thing.
the drama stuff, it does work in terms of getting clicks, getting people to subscribe. Being hysterical works. Like, I don't mean funny, I mean crazy. But I
just don't like it all. Do
I would rather be me.
Yeah.
And like,
I don't mind like us having some fun, doing some like challenges and stuff. But I'm not one for selling my soul for YouTube money. Yeah. No, I would rather just us be ourselves and do what we enjoy doing. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to have more views and subscribers and stuff. Course. But yeah, we're not gonna
sell our soul to the devil, are we? God, there's so much we could, like, without even being crazy. We know so much. There's so many like things that we could make clickbait videos about. But I couldn't do it. No. I just couldn't, because it just feels so trashy and sleazy. I've
even had ideas, and it's like, we can't do it.
I said we can't do it. And when you've thought about it, you've thought, no, we probably shouldn't. Yeah.
Although I've had ideas, and then we've seen other people do it. It's been a popular video.
Like, see, I think when you're a faceless channel,
they don't care, do they?
The problem is as well, there's so many channels now. It's literally just AI. AI writing a script, then an AI voiceover, and someone's just editing it all together. Like ours will always have
it's all going.
Yours and my name attached to it.
You and me will always, well, hopefully we'll be here for a while.
Yeah. Cousin Fred wanted to meet Queen Elizabeth. Don't like the royals, but love her. I like Queen Elizabeth too, because I watched The Crown.
Martha says, if we met, she'd get awkward and talk too much. It'd just be like talking to our daughter then. She talks too much, doesn't she?
Bloody
We're used to people that talk too much.
Yeah.
Mohammed Liz
Shahlaei. That's my mate. Hello. Am I still his profile picture? Yep. You should have a go at the Fluda stones in Iceland I told you about. I think you should give them a try. Nickel stones are good too.
There we go.
There we go. Never lifted any stones, to be fair. I did lift one nickel stone with two hands. Yeah. What do you think of Lucas Hatton's chances at World's Strongest Man?
Lucas is awesome. I genuinely, since the first time I saw Lucas, I've been super impressed with him. He's just getting better and better. So personally, I don't think the events at Worlds are as good as the events were at the Arnolds for Lucas, but he keeps improving. So he's going to be a threat for sure.
Yeah. Loz and Liz, have you met Arnold? Yes. Yeah. And that's a cool person to have met. And do you know what? I feel so lucky because we've met so many legends in strength sports, haven't we?
Just people. We've met a lot of interesting people.
Yeah.
I've been very lucky because I've worked in films and stuff like that. I've met loads of cool people.
Yeah.
But I'm just not someone that people don't understand. Like, I don't care about celebrity.
No.
I like meeting people that are talented and interesting, but I don't care for celebrity.
No.
It's like people, I'm queuing up to meet such and such. I'm like, oh, okay.
I know. I get confused with it all. I'm so unobservant though. I wouldn't know who I was walking past unless it was someone as famous as Arnie.
Yeah.
Because I'm so not with it. Mentally or topically.
I'm always impressed with people that are good at something. If they are genuinely talented and have worked hard. But more than anything, I just want people to be good people.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you're a good, decent person, I find you interesting, then I'm going to like you.
Yeah.
If you're good at something, but you're an asshole, I don't care.
Yeah, still not going to like you. It's funny seeing Liz go from being against the gym to a gym rat.
I know. She's all about the gym now. It's your whole persona.
It's because I don't do anything else. I work, I train, and I look after the kids and dog. Yeah.
I said we need a bit more time, just you and me, don't we?
We definitely do. Yeah, because I literally do nothing else. I still don't enjoy training, but I failed to find a diet that would give me the body shape that I want, so I had to start training. And I think also,
but I've seen you smile in the gym. You smiled after your deadlift this week. There was a big
grin on your face. Do you know what though? Because I was shitting myself a second before. Thinking,
it was quite funny because I could see in your face that you were scared and nervous. And
I was. I bought spare shorts just in case.
And it's something I see quite a lot. I've got a young lady that I train called Vero, who's super strong, but she's tiny. But it's a mental thing with her.
It is.
And like if she believes she can do it, she smashes it. But if there's a bit of doubt in there, you can see it, and you can see it in the approach. I actually had another client. He failed a deadlift PB last week, and he just didn't commit.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes that weight gets in your head, and it can be hard.
I think there are certain numbers that I have psychological issues with, and because of how hard my last 120 deadlift was, that was one of them.
Nice confidence builder though. And we've purposely not gone too heavy too soon.
No.
Even now, she can do more than 120, but now we drop back and we focus more on building up again. And the next goal will be 125 really easy.
Yeah, and I'll have so much more confidence going into it. Like ebbing closer to a 100 kilo squat, I start to really doubt myself. Like you can see it I start cutting depth a little bit unnecessarily.
And you don't need to.
No, I know.
But it's just building that confidence.
I know. I'm just a teeny tiny woman. Liz on trend, LOL. Can you imagine? Simon Stud with a super chat. Thank you very much. Hey, any news on Thor?
Not heard anything. I don't think it will happen, if I'm totally honest. I'd love to say it will, and I'd love to see him there, but I think my heart and my head are saying he's not going to.
No, I don't think he's going to. There was a glimmer of hope.
He's doing the Siberian show, which is a few weeks before.
20th of April, and then World starts on like the 15th of May or something.
I don't think he will.
No.
But I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. I find it so funny that some people are so quick to assume gear just feels like too much effort to me, unless you're a legit shot at pro level.
I used to get it all the time. I openly admit I've used gear, but I got to a very high level before I touched anything, and people don't believe you. No. They just don't. So you've got to take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
But you can get very, very good, very, very good without. And there are some extremely good athletes out there that don't use anything.
I don't even follow these subreddits, but obviously algorithms are pushing more gym-related subreddits on me. And the amount of people with some like all different types of physiques, and all of the top comments of people accusing them of being on gear. And I look at them and I think that person's not on gear.
The problem is a lot of people that kind of comment are primordial ooze.
Yeah. Shit genetics.
And they just
don't
lazy. They don't want to put work in, and they just think it's, if you aren't willing to put 10 years of hard work into something, no, you're not going to be any good. No. I mean, obviously genetic freaks, but if you put work into something, I was talking to Lewis today, who's got into arm wrestling, our son. He's 15. If he sticks with arm wrestling for 5 years, he's going to make such huge progress.
Yeah, he could be
good. It's if you're willing to put the work in. I've seen people say, "Oh, I can't genetically get any stronger." Of course, you bloody well can. You haven't been doing it, but you don't understand how to prioritize your training. If you want to get strong at a certain movement, prioritize that movement. Put it first in your training block. Don't be changing exercises all the time. It's something, I see coaches overcomplicating things. If you want to get good at deadlifting, you need to deadlift a lot.
Yeah.
And you need to do it like week in, week out for years and years and years.
Yeah. Are you going to meet up with Devon when you visit Mitch?
I'd like to, but it depends what we can do. There is a potential to do some arm wrestling while I'm out there. I've already spoken to someone. I haven't told Mitch this. But the priority is Mitch. I'm there for him. And we will have some fun and stuff. But yeah, if I get a chance, I will do, but we'll see.
Your integrity is what makes your channel so good. That's
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Being accused of being on gear when you're natty is a compliment. That's what our gym owner said. Yeah. He's like, good. You don't want it any other way.
Yeah.
The worst thing someone could say to you is
the worst thing
you
is
look
when,
natural.
The worst thing is if you're on gear and they say you're not
look natural. Yeah.
Oh, I know people like that as well. That's the scary thing.
Yeah. I hate the AI voice channels. I hate them too.
Prediction for Europe's and Serbian coming up. We just did
Siberian Loz.
Siberian.
He can't get Siberian.
No, I can. It's just I can. I know you're right.
It's like a mental block.
I know.
Like autocorrecting in your brain. Yes. We did a Europe's prediction video this week.
So make sure you check that out.
Yeah, and as we get closer,
I don't think like our video has been shown to people.
I don't know.
Because there's lots of people saying, "Oh, I didn't even know that video was up." So yeah, I don't know what's going on with those. Make sure you kind of click the bell or whatever it is to let you know the notifications. But yeah, we'll be talking about the Siberian power show also. But we tend to focus on one show at a time. So we'll get Europe's out of the way, then we'll focus on that. Yeah.
Any chance to get Brocy and Daz on before World's Strongest Man?
You should. You know what? You should do an interview of them while I'm away.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Loz is like, Liz, you need to interview Colin. What ridiculousness that would be. Yeah, me and Colin are quite funny together, to be fair. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I've got a message of Colin.
Oh, did you? Mm. How nice. Will Loz and Liz travel to Poland to see Eddie's MMA fight versus...
No, we won't be going to see the fight, but we may go to Poland at some point.
Yeah, we've been invited, haven't we?
If we go, it'll be to see Mitch. But
yeah,
I will watch the Eddie and Marius fight, though.
Someone asking where Holly is. She is fast asleep on the sofa.
Yeah, she doesn't cause so much trouble these days, does she?
No, she's a good girl now. I had a trophy hunter in my comp and he got stripped and booted.
Wow.
Any experience of them in your pro-am type days or lower level days, I guess? Not pro.
I've seen a lot of people that shouldn't do competitions. I've certainly seen people that are way too good for the level they stay in. Unfortunately, it happens. I was never really... I don't like.
You didn't really hang around at that.
No, I wanted to compete against the best guys. I got my ass kicked by good guys many times before I got good. I did one novice competition. I came 8th, and I went straight into opens. I actually came 2nd in my first open, which was to Jay Hughes. And then after that, I competed in much higher level comps. Got my ass kicked a few times. Got really good really quickly. I made my first worlds after 3 years of training. 2005, I started training. 2008, I did my first World's Strongest Man.
There you go.
I had great genetics for strongman.
Yeah. Robert, I think very few people are realistic about steroids. Either people assuming anyone could take them and be world class, or people taking them and acting like it hasn't made any real difference.
Absolutely. Steroids are not going to make you a world-class athlete. They're just not. Anyone that thinks they are is an idiot. But they do help as well. And anyone that thinks that they don't help is an idiot also. But there's a big myth that, oh, if you take gear, you're going to be the next Eddie Hall. That's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous because there's so many people out there that will try and do whatever and they're rubbish or they're just very average. Genetics are massively important and other factors are so important in terms of how hard you're willing to train, how technically good you are, how your nutrition is, how your ability to compete in a sport is. Because strongman, you can take all the gear in the world. You could be the best powerlifter in the world, but it doesn't make you a good strongman. And there's a lot of sporting elements to strongman that make a big difference, where gear has no factor at all, like an athlete dropping an implement.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I've got a client who did very well in a competition and he made a lot of mistakes at a competition. And he was joking, like saying, "Oh, I need to take more gear." I was like, "No, you don't. Look at that competition. If you didn't do this, this, and this, you would have won, or you would have, placed much higher." So sometimes people look at the wrong things to make progress.
Denise, you are so right. Anyone who walked by the Young LA booth at this year's Arnold's could see how teenagers idolize the influencers taking an unnecessary amount of supplements. We could not believe the length of some of the queues. We're like, "What are you guys queuing for? What was it? The Trend Twins?"
Yeah, this guy shouted out to me, "Oh, big Loz." I was like, "What are you queuing for?" He's like, "Trend Twins." It's like a 2-hour queue to meet the Trend. I've met the Trend Twins. We stayed in the same
Why are they
hotel
called the Trent twins? Because they use a lot of Trent. Is that it?
I guess. I don't know. I mean, you know, they're two short guys, nice enough guys.
We saw them at Arnold's UK. They were at the table next to us.
Yes. Yeah. You know,
they're very
okay.
little, aren't they?
Well, I just saw them as two kids. I was like, all right, guys, how you doing? But I mean, fair play to them if people are following them.
To make that
but
sort of success.
It's just not for me.
Yeah. No, it's not. I can't.
I would rather be impressed. I actually prefer what's his name? The other really popular YouTube guy.
Greg.
No, the curly head guy.
Oh, Sam Sulek.
Sam Sulek. Yeah, I actually prefer him.
Yeah.
He just seems like a normal guy.
Yeah.
And he's not trying to be crazy, but just post his training, and it's nice seeing him compete and stuff. But yeah, some of them are crazy. I don't get it.
We gave my great-grandfather TRT, and it was the best thing that's ever happened to him, according to him.
A lot of older men really beneficial being on TRT, because low testosterone is actually even more dangerous than higher testosterone levels. But again, it's understanding use and abuse. There's a big difference, and if you are going to use anything, make sure you get your bloods checked out, speak to a doctor. Don't be just doing things willy-nilly, listening to some guy in the gym. A lot of people make that mistake. Listen to the dealer. It's like, that guy's trying to get money off you.
Oh, God.
Actually put some research in.
Yeah. Some of these questions. Did Loz notice an increased libido?
On TRT? Or I think I have a good libido for a middle-aged man.
Lady never talks about such things. Tren is a nasty drug, says Coach Lake.
I totally agree.
There we go.
Totally agree. It's a really bad drug.
Nobody should the Trent twins. Liz called them small. I don't know. They're tiny. They're like 5 foot.
They've got a little bit of muscle on them, but they are short. Okay?
Yeah,
they are two short boys.
They're shorter than me. Anyway, before I get stalked by their millions of fans, we should log off.
We're going to get abused by them.
I don't care. Come at me. Wrap it up.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. It's quite a long live tonight.
It was. I'm knackered.
Oh, Lizzie's knackered.
I am.
Hope you guys have a great week. We'll be back next weekend. As always, a couple of videos coming out this weekend. What's these last comments coming up through?
Liz is turning a lovely shade of red.
You guys take care. We will catch you soon. Bye-bye.
Press the button.
You press it. I've got to wave.
The gnome army will be coming for you, Liz.